Hey there, friendlies. Sorry I'm late. It's been a freaky night. But I'm here, yapping at the computer. Wonder how my volume is. Hold on, let me see if I can bring that up a little bit. How's that? How's that volume? Is that better? Hello? Hello? How's that? I don't know if my volume's any good. It seems a little low to me. Let me just double check this here. Output yes. Input yes. Okay. I'm going to just call that a win and see how things are here. So yeah, sorry I'm late. Actually, I'm quite late. I'm like 45 minutes late. So maybe I'll just pre-pour the beer. As I said, it's been a freaky evening. We now know that Clem is allergic to eggs. Her and the missus are at the hospital for the next 4 to 6 hours, or overnight, depending on how things go. Which is why I'm so late. But anyway, I'm not entirely sure what to talk about. Well, the first thing I'll say is that tonight's beer is Le Caveau des Trois Pistoles. From Trois Pistoles. It's a triple Abbey style, so I guess it's a Belgian. And it's called Le Pistolage Triple. So, Trois Pistoles is three pistols, I guess, is a small town, but it's not necessarily referring to guns. It's like French coins from like 400 years ago were nicknamed pistols. Des pistoles. Yeah, that's an Abbey style beer, right? Like a triple buck kind of thing. What the? I'm pretty sure there's a massive spider up there somewhere, but I'm not going to let that stress me out. Sorry, this I know I'm this isn't a great start to the live stream. I'm kind of not feeling it, but it's kind of therapeutic to get online and talk to you guys, you know? That's not a spider, it's a fly. I'm just letting Simo and Outdoor Dauber know that I'm online. And I'm going to decompress a little bit. I didn't get to go to the Global Bushcraft Symposium that was in Alberta this past week. But my Instagram feed was full of pictures. And one of my favorite pictures is, let me see if I can find excuse me, let me see if I can find it. I'm just seeing. It's taking forever. Yeah, here. I hope this shows up. This is a picture of Yulia Kaltov. Come on, focus. That's a picture of Yulia Kaltov discussing her axes with Morris Kahansky. I love that picture because Yulia Kaltov isn't exactly an unknown, but she's like, wow, I'm talking to Morris Kahansky about my axes. Just goes to show you, like, when you're watching an interview with some like Hollywood bigwig, but like a young generation Hollywood bigwig, like a big star, and they're talking about when they met, like one of the old, like, I don't know, Harrison Ford or Jack Nicholson or something, and they're always like, yeah, man, I was completely tongue-tied. I love stories like that because it shows really famous people in a really human light, And that's why I like that picture so much, because Yulia Kaltov she's a big name, man. You know, she was CEO of Wetterlings. Now she's got her own company. You know, the Axe Junkies website is Facebook group is full of guys who are all into her axes. And there she is, like, I'm talking to Morris Gohansky, you know? Hey, Outdoor. You drinking something tonight? I'm having a well-deserved drink on this most stressful of nights. So like it was. I wish I'd been at the symposium, especially because I don't think they're starting it. Like, I don't think it's going to be a yearly thing. I think this was like a one-off. So I've would have been nice to have gone, because like Paul Kirtley was there as well. You know. Hold on, I'm just getting an update from the wife. Ugh. Anyway, but you know that's the issue with a country the size of Canada, is where the oh, what did you have on Saturday, Outdoor? Sorry, I'm still sick. My sinuses are still killing me. What'd you have? Here's what I'm having. That Pistolo, a chocolate mint stout. That sounds good. Who is it by? It's probably a company I've never heard of, but this is by the Caveau de Trois Pistoles, which is in Trois Pistoles, Quebec. I think it's in Trois Pistoles, or it's really close to it. Yeah, Trois Pistoles, Quebec. And it's called La Pistoloise Triple. It's a sort of a triple Abbey style beer. Was this a 600, 500 mils? Oh, geez, it's 9.2%. I better drink that one slow. And I said before that Three Pistols is the name of a small town here in Quebec, but it's not named after handguns. It's named after a kind of French coin that was used a lot here about 300 or 400 years ago. It was, Zach, as I was saying to no one, because there was no one on yet, we discovered at supper time that Clements is allergic to eggs. So I've just gotten back from the children's hospital, and they're there for at least another 4 to 6 hours. So, you know, Rusty Rail Brewing, a microbrewery about 15 miles from you. Nice. She seems okay. When I dropped them off, they didn't have to wait in the trauma room right away. EpiPen. Anyway, so we dropped them off and came home, and then we went back and brought in some clothes and stuff for the missus, because we got to the hospital. We were both completely covered in puke. So she called and said, I need some stuff. So I brought some stuff back, and anyways, we just got back. But where was I before I was so rudely interrupted by Outdoor Dopper's amazing sounding beer? I was talking about the Global Bushcraft Symposium. I was talking about that fabulous picture that Yulia Kaltov put on Instagram of her talking to Morris Kohansky about her axe and showing it to him, and she looks like gobsmacked to be talking to Morris, and most of us would be gobsmacked to be talking to Yulia. It's just funny. Yes, Outdoor rudely. It sounds like such a fabulous beer. I've got to. I gotta try. You know what's funny? I was listening to, and this actually has a bushcraft quasi relation to it. I listened to this podcast called Tides of History. It started off called the Fall of Rome, but when he got to the end of the Fall of Rome, he just continued on going through history, and he was interviewing one of his old professors who wrote a book about beer production in say the 1300s to the 1500s, and you know how in England nobody really drank beer in the 1300s. They all drank ale, and how it's like the German and Dutch immigrants who came with their beer production skills, and how as oh, I'm stressed, guys. It's okay. And as how as time went on, and English ale production slowly turned into beer production, how that also brought with it a slow but sure change from it being mostly a female industry to a male industry, because one of the differences between ale and beer was that beer went further because hops act as a preservative. So you can send your beer a long ways, and you can suddenly not just make little batches and sell to your village, but you can ship it out and have an actual industry. And so as that happened, the industry got higher register. You know, it went from being like a cottage thing, you know, a housewife selling a bucket of beer to the neighbor for like a halfpenny, to an actual industry with employees and shipping lanes and stuff. And suddenly a brewer wasn't somebody who was making ale or beer. It was somebody who had employees. And as that happened, and you got like brewers guilds and stuff, it became a male dominated industry. But one of the things that I was thinking about as I was listening to this is I would love to taste what ale tasted like in like 1350, because it would not have been as I thought I heard very small feet, but I don't.
Yeah.
What are you doing up? Come here. What the hell are you doing up?
I don't know.
You're supposed to be asleep.
I know. I had trouble with your room.
Are you back in your room?
Yes, but I was about. It's stinking hot in my room. I was about to put up the fan, but there's something not working with my fan.
Okay, well, I'll be up there in about an hour because I'm talking to my to the YouTube guys. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Zach, tetanus shot. I like it. Ale or lager? Me, it's ale. I definitely prefer ale. Although I think it was Rusty Rail Brewing, wasn't it? Yes, Rusty Rail, not my Rusty now. I once had to get a tetanus shot because I was wearing billy boots, and I was walking through the lawn. This was out in Vancouver, my dad's place, and it had one of those rakes, but like not the cheesy plastic. You know, it was one of those that's like a metal. It's like a metal comb with great big teeth. You know, I stepped on it, and if it was a cartoon, it would have gone bomb, right? But I just it hurt so much. I needed a tetanus shot. Is it called a bow rake? Really? Excuse me while I look that up. I didn't know that had an actual name. No, I don't want to take a bow. Get out of my face, Madonna. I'm seeing a lot of bows. Many bows. I'm seeing Madonna again. What the hell? It said bow, not hoe. Oh, snap. Anyways, I'm just going to take your word on that one. But anyway, so sure thing outdoor. Yeah, so I'd love to try what ale tasted like back in the 1300s, because what this professor, she wrote a book on this, which was saying is that it was not as carbonated. Like there was some natural carbonation just through the process, but it wasn't. There was no synthetic carbonation the way we do with beer and ale now. There was no filtering, so it would have been at least as opaque as this, right? Like there would have been a lot of cloudy and sediment in it, which I like. That's what people drank. They didn't drink the water because the water had parasites and crap in it. So they would turn it into alcohol through the boiling and the fermentation and the this and that. And they were saying that somebody would drink, like soldiers on the march drank a gallon of ale a day. And so, families at home might go through dozens of gallons a week, because they're working the fields and stuff and they're always drinking. And hey, brother love. Oh, Townsend's, I love that channel. I want a kitchen like his. I mean, I know that kitchen he uses is just a set, but I would love to have a kitchen like that. But they would make strong ale, like we would consider ale to be for like holidays and special occasions. But for daily use, it would make pretty weak ale, because you're giving it to your kids too, right? rustyrailbrewing.com. Gonna look it up. They got a brew pub. They got music. They got sweets. Here's one of the brew pub on tap. No, I want to see what they sell in bottles, dude. Well, yeah. Yeah, I like Townsend's. Oh no, Zach. See, it would have been better if that's what had happened to me when I stepped on that rake. Yeah, brother love. I watch Townsend's all the time. Part of it is just I like that guy. I think he's got a really cool energy around him. He's obviously way into the stuff he's talking about. Like more than just I've got a store and sell this stuff. He's like, I bet you he's a reenactor. I'm sure he's a reenactor. Yeah, you too, yeah. Yeah. See, I come on late, and like everyone thinks I'm not coming on. I mean, there's nothing I couldn't help it tonight, but hey, Serge, how's up? How's up? What does that even mean? What? How's up? Yo, man, how's up? Let's make that a thing, okay? From now on, whenever we meet each other, yo, man, how's up? Zach. Yeah, that was I talking about. So yeah, so I would like to I'd like to try like 13th century ale one day. How you go about that? I mean, I guess I could look up how to make it and stuff, but I don't want to go making alcohol until I really know what I'm doing. I don't know if I have, like, I don't want to take a beer making course just so I can try this out, How's up, Sam? Yeah, right? See, that works. That works well. Yes, he did. I watched that video on Spruce Beer. I may have to just try it. Townsend's makes me want to do an entire series of bushcraft cooking videos using like the implements that Les Voyageurs used. I don't know what, like I don't know if you guys down in the States, I don't know how many of you are on right now are American. I think 2 of you. Brother love. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yuck. Wait, hold on. I'm losing track here. Oh, yeah. Outdoor. Let me speak to let me remind Simon of that because I can't do them on my own. But with him, if he goes in on one, then hell yeah. You have a cider press? Hell yeah. I was trying to say something and I've totally. Oh yeah, I'd love to do like a series on cooking using the implements that Les Voyageurs used. What was the next thing? Oh yeah, in the States, I guess. Did you guys had? I guess the closest you guys had were mountain men, maybe. Like Les Voyageurs were the guys who were the guys plying the rivers and lakes up here. You know, getting the beaver skins, beaver pelts, and you know it's funny because Ray Mears did a whole series on canoeing. I think the Mississauga in northern Ontario, and I think he was trying to follow like a voyageur trade route, if I remember correctly. Bugger me, I don't remember. But he did. There was something he was talking about the voyageur because there was the voyageur and there was the coureur des bois, and they weren't exactly the same, but they were both essentially what you guys would call mountain men. Yeah, Serge knows it. Of course you do. Sorry guys, my head's at the hospital tonight. I keep losing my train here. My train of thought. I think I'm gonna rewatch that Ray Mears video. I go through these periods where like I'll pick a Ray Mears series, like either the one on Canada or the one on I think canoeing or whatever. Pick one of his series and just watch all of it. It's comfort food, man. I know I say that a lot, but it is. It's like it's comfort food. It's like your favorite blanket. You know, I see certain YouTube channels or TV series or whatever as your favorite blanket. You know, for these Ray Mears series, especially that one where he does Canada. It's like wrap yourself in the blanket, make a cup of tea, kick back, and just watch. Outdoor, if you make that, I will watch. Yeah, Zach, you got it. You know, they're fur traders, woodsmen, kind of big groups of them. We would be paddling these huge canoes, singing songs. Singing songs. And like whenever a group of them were setting out in one of these huge canoes, their first day of paddling would be short because that way if they forgot anything, they could just go back and get it and then head out for a longer day. Like I don't mean if they forgot something like, oh, where is my hat? I mean if they forgot something important. I don't want you cuddling with me, man. I want you cuddling up to little Ray Mears video action. Now, what would make my cuddling even better is if what I was wrapping myself in was a 4-point Hudson's Bay blanket. I mean, the traditional one, the off-white with the four Colored stripes. Yeah, one day I'm gonna have one. Does he use a Grommet in one of those series? Really? I mean, Ray Mears is like it's like he's in Canada every 12 seconds. Paul Curley's a bit like that too. He's done the Miss and Ivy a lot in the Blood Vein. Yeah, I don't remember which series it was where he was all about Les Voyageurs. I think it's that one where he made the birch bark canoe with his buddy Pinnock Smith. Yeah. When he made the birch bark match case, he used a Grommet. Okay. Serge, shame on you. In Canada, Rumors has a U in it. Oh, that one kind of hurt. I didn't know it was going to be that big. Yeah, one. Hey, outdoor. Find out where the hell Simon is. Yeah, I'm just going to show that picture again. Oh, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Come on, focus. Come on. Let's do a little focus here. I'm not moving till you focus. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Man, I love that picture. I want to get that one blown up and put on the side of a building. Zach, yuck. I'm just looking up Ramir's Voyageurs and seeing if Canoe Journey. Yeah. I'm just looking for it's Canoe Journey. Bushcraft Season 2, Episode 2. Hey Simon. How's it going? Oh, it's going, mon ami. No, I didn't almost vomit. I've had enough of vomit for one night. But anyways, that's also why I'm not using OSD, OSP, OSD, OS2. I don't know. OPS, fudge. The app that I was using that put the banner across the bottom and everything. I just I wanted to get on as quickly as possible. You're there, but not really there. Well, yeah, because I was like 45 minutes late. Oh, I see, outdoor. Mm-hmm. Okay. Outdoor is just being a great big meanie. What the hell's it called? OPS? OSD? OBS. OBS. It's called OBS. Yes, Simo says it. It's OBS. Yes. So that's why, because I was just trying to get on. It's funny, because it's two weeks in a row that I haven't been in time and on time, and I really want to make these live streams something else. I got these great plans, but I can't even get on time. All right, guys. Yeah, okay, Zach. Been a long time since we've discussed haversacks. Because I still don't have one. You know, I've got I keep meaning to get my blog back up, like put up another blog post, but life lately has been so damn busy. I'm playing a corporate gig on Friday, and not really ready for it. But I'm gigging tomorrow night with the two guys I'm doing the corporate gig with, so maybe we can treat tomorrow night as a rehearsal. But like the day after that, there's a sleepover for Camille's birthday. It's not really her birthday. Her birthday is the 1st of August, but because none of her friends are in town during the break, or not enough of them to matter, she gets two parties. One around the 1st of August for family, and one in June, like right around the end of school, for school friends. So they're doing a sleepover on Saturday night, which is going to be nightmarish. And then Sunday, we're going to go out to Oka to watch the fireworks for Fête Nationale, which translates as national holiday here in Quebec, also known as, to those of us who are old school, St. Johnny Baptist Day. Hey, Tyler. Yeah, no, I was late as hell, Tyler. I was. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, I only got back from the Children's Hospital like really, really late. So I got on as soon as I could be. The wife and the younger daughter are still there. They will be for hours. But hey, whatevs. Whatevs. All right, see you soon, Serge. Yeah, at supper time we discovered that the 5-month-old is allergic to eggs. So we took her to the hospital right away. She went into the trauma room right away. Got her stuck full of needles. And is not very happy about it. But an EpiPen brought her out of the shock, and they're keeping her to make sure she doesn't go back in, because apparently they could, I guess maybe as the EpiPen wears off or something, they could go back into shock. So I don't want to talk about that, actually. I don't want to talk about that. I have a real, when it comes to my kids, I spent most of my life being a typical guy, man. I don't cry. I don't feel. I'm dead inside. I am dead inside, but I'm not. I don't show a whole lot of passion or a whole lot of emotion, but man, my kids, they get right through that, man. They just do. And I'm pretty sure that more than one of you guys knows exactly what I'm talking about. Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's funny because when what the hell was that band that recently did it? That heavy band. The hell was that band called? I don't remember. Yeah, Tyler, you and me, we understand each other. We understand each other perfectly. What a night. What a night. Tyler, was I talking to you about those Swift canoes that are so bloody expensive? I was telling somebody recently that no, Simo, at the Children's Hospital they have baby-sized EpiPens. And apparently, by the way, this means she's allergic to a whole bunch of things. They're sending her a list home, and as soon as we're done here, I have to sanitize the kitchen and all her toys, everything. Oh, the one you want is 8K. Wow. Because I'm going to be aiming for around. Here's my plan. I'm going to save up for the next 3 or 4 years, and I'm going to walk in there and say, here's my weight. Right. Here's my weight with. Maybe I'll have a big dog. Maybe I'll have Camille with me. I think she's up again. And I'm going to say, what can I get for $5,000? That's what I'm going to do. I can't go to like a $7,000 or $8,000. I mean, Joe Robinette's is expensive. I think that's a $5,000 boat. But like, I'm thinking canoe, not necessarily pack boat. I know a lot of guys are into the pack boats these days. But I'm a classicist, you know? Tyler, what are the stats you've picked out? It's 8K, man. Holy crap. Well, that's the thing with these things, right? I mean, these guys don't make canoes for guys who don't really like canoes. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're walking into Canadian Tire and getting the plastic boat off the wall. You know? It's so we tried to give her a little bit of egg and discovered immediately that she's allergic to egg. In a most dramatic and kind of terrifying fashion. Oh, Joe, you got a Grumman. So that's an aluminium boat, right? Oh, nice, Tyler. Man, I am. How do you do that? Because I can't get my views up. I know I'm not pulling the SEO right. You know, I know I need to learn that better or something. Yeah, those Grummans were big news. Not big news, but they were like the boat for a long time. I've never really been into aluminium boats because I don't like sort of the sun glaring in my face, you know. But they're bomb-proof. They're absolutely bomb-proof. Which camp video is it? Talk to Herbert T Outdoors. He helped me with the tags and titles. I can help you with one of yours too. And we should pick one of my videos, one of my recent ones, and do it up. One that doesn't have music in it, because when I license the music, I have to give them the title, and then I can't really mess with the title too much. But we should just pick one of my videos, like maybe the one I just did, or maybe the family hike one or something, and just play with it and see what we can do. Oh God, excuse me, guys. Stop it. 9.2%. It's a good thing I'm not going to pick the girls up at the hospital. This stuff makes me burp kind of painful. It's terrible. So today, my buddy Rob and I, some of you guys have seen Robin on one of my live streams from a few weeks ago. Tyler, I'm going to check that video out tonight after we're done here. I'll make sure that I'm part of the 7.9K. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, so there's this nature park near where the day job is, and Robin and I decided to go for a walk, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, but we didn't bring bug spray, and this is the time to bring bug spray, man. We were in there 5 minutes, and we just got chased out by mosquitoes, and it makes me wonder, like you know, you guys who've been to the Boreal in the middle of forest, like in black fly season, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's terrible. It's horrible. You got a net on, and it's like But people have lived on this continent for millennia, right? And like, there are certain ways that you can lessen your black fly problem and mosquito problem, right? One is you smoke a big cigar, which I'm not going to do because I have breathing problems. Another is like you don't bathe for the whole week. Like, there are ways that the First Nations, or what you Americans call Indians, dealt with, lived in the boreal. And it wasn't by losing their minds during black fly season. So I would love to know what they did, what they used or didn't use, or what their practices were, to see how they got around that, because there's no place on earth like the boreal. I mean that in the most stunning, spiritual, gosh, wow, amazed way. And I mean that in the black flies way, you know? Oh, nice, Tyler. You're at 14. You're one away from 1400. Nice. Yeah, you're growing way faster than I am. I'm stagnant, man. I put all kinds of work in, but YouTube doesn't want to let me grow. Termites, really? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Camille's up. She's upstairs. I'm not going to go up there and come down hard on her. She's freaked all the way out by what happened earlier tonight. So, close that Rico campfire smoke. I can do that. Tyler, you're my foot in its old wives' tales. Okay. Termites. It means I have to find termites, though. I know Sean James, he dips his clothes in permethrin at the beginning of the season. Like, he soaks them and then lets them dry. Living in Canada, you can't buy human use permethrin. So you have to do what he does, is you have to get bovine strength and then cut it. But I don't want to soak my clothes in permethrin because I'm afraid of, while I'm sweating, yeah, you let them dry and everything, but I'm afraid of, while I'm sweating, getting some transference of the toxicity. End of a cut. Oh yeah, it's the end of the beer. Boop, 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 boop. I'm sorry to see that one end. But all things must come to an end. Airport, Newfoundland, Mi'kmaq. I spent all of high school thinking the Mi'kmaq were called the Micmac. And in typical high school fashion, I had a history and geography teacher who also didn't know the damn difference. But since I have a stepfather-in-law who is Mohawk, I have spent a lot of time making sure that I know how to pronounce certain, what we would call First Nations and what you guys would probably call tribal names. You guys in the States, I mean. Insect Shield brand gloves. All right, Tyler. See you later. I'll drop you a line and maybe let's play with one of my videos. Or if there's one of mine that you think we should play with, let me know. I'm down with that, and I'll check out that video of yours. Everyone say bye to Tyler. And by the way, everyone watch Tyler's stuff. If you're not watching Tyler's stuff, go check him out. He takes a real different approach to the rest of us, and I think it's nice. It's refreshing to see. How's down? How's down? Okay. How's up for when we see? Yeah, I see what you did there, Sash. Good. Good on you. That's good. That's something else. I don't have the bell to ring. I didn't really plan this very well. Yeah, I think you're right. That, Zach, was my very first rain dance video. I think it's... Do you have it open in front of you? Do you want to like link it and show it to the guys? I am so awkward in that video. It was only the second video I'd ever made. The first video I ever made was a shaving video. I shaved with my Wetterling's axe. Hey, Hiking Deep. I think you said that last time I was wearing this shirt too. How's it going, Hiking Deep? Oh man, my wife is sending me websites about egg allergies. She's sitting there at that hospital board. Where was I? Hi, Deep. I'm trying to find something to send you, man. Trying to find something to send you. Anyway, what else? What the hell was I talking about? I was saying something brilliant. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, that was my first video, Zach. Yeah, I think I could use a revamp. I could probably use one of their fire kits, to be honest with you. Canadian Outdoor Equipment Company. Hold on. The missus just sent me something that I should probably take a look at. Environ 34% des enfants avec eczéma modéré à sévère ont une allergie alimentaire associée principalement aux œufs, lait et arachides. Oh, fudge. Please, not peanuts. Qui peut se manifester par des réactions immédiates ou retardées. Okay. All is well. Because I think that Canadian Outdoor Equipment Company, their fire kit, they have one with a slightly larger steel on it now. If I'm right, because in that old video that I should probably redo, I had said that I like the steel it came with was just big enough for like 2 of my fingers, and I would rather like 3. Flint and steel kit. Boom, baby. Yeah, see, now you can choose your striker size. Hold on, I'm going to throw up I shouldn't use the word throw up. There's been a lot of throwing up around here tonight. No, boom. Schnoozy. What? Schnoozy? What? What does that even mean? Boom. Okay, it's not letting me. Hey, Canoe Hound, what's up, Dennis? Dennis, I watched your video of sticking the decals on that canoe, and when I get my money together and when I get one of those canoes, I'm going to do exactly what you did, but with my channel insignia instead of yours, obviously. But yeah, Yeah, I know you just finished your live. I was going to watch yours before mine, but as I was telling to the guys, I was at the children's hospital and I got home late and I got my own live stream started really late, so I didn't even get to see yours. Boom. Well, first I have to start saving up because I was all about how impossible those canoes were to get until you told me that you spent like a few years saving up. So that's what I'm going to do as well. I don't know exactly which model. I thought I knew which model I was going to go for, but I watched a video lately that they put out about choosing a pack boat. I mean, I'm not really into a pack boat, but a lot of what he was saying made sense on canoes as well. So what I'm going to do is save up for like 3 or 4 years, and I'm going to say, listen, I got $5,000. What can I get? Here's how much I weigh. Here's what I'm looking to throw in it. And then whatever. And I'm going to say I want in sapphire blue, and I got decals. Because I want to do exactly the same as you. 2 on the bow, 1 on the bottom. Hopefully, if I can get like a blue that matches the sapphire. Maybe the green instead, but blue is my favorite color. And Camille's favorite color. Well, Canoe, you got Jesus, what did you get? You got exactly what I was looking at getting. I don't remember the bloody name because this bloody beer was 9.2%, for God's sakes. You didn't get the Q8 14. You got the Prospector 14. What the hell did you get? My brain is mush right now. The Prospector, okay. And is it the 14 or the excuse me? Because I'm a bit of a heavy dude, so I think I was looking at a Prospector like 16, 15. What is it? The one right up from the smallest one. You think? Because I'm 180 pounds. What if I had a big dog to throw in that? I don't have a big dog right now, but the wife and I have been talking about a dog for years. We've just been waiting for sainthood or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think the Prospector 14 was the first one I looked at. I'd like to be able to throw Camille in the front. And she's 75 pounds right now. Most of the time, I think I'd probably be going solo. I would just like the option of throwing Camille in up to about 100 pounds. But here's the thing. The wife isn't going to... Well, hold on, speaking of wife. Can you weigh 220? Oh, okay. 80 or 90 pounds of gear and a 42-pound dog, and the boat was 100% stable, not tipping. Okay. That's good to know. So maybe I don't have to go as big as I thought. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm not a very accomplished canoeist, right? I'm a very basic paddler, so like it's got to be something that'll point well, I have much more experience kayaking, but I don't want to kayak. I want a canoe. I want to throw my stuff in. I want to head out, throw a tent up somewhere, and and I don't mind J stroking it, because to me, I have good memories of back when I was an air cadet, canoeing the old fashioned way. And I do kayaking just to sort of get on the water. We may, as a family, like the wife and I have been looking at maybe getting some kayaks sort of as an interim. Well, she doesn't know it's an interim, but to me, it would be an interim until I get a canoe kind of thing for camping with. But kayaking is a lot of fun. We do it a lot. We rent, you know. Yes, the prospector is wider. I noticed that, and that's why I looked at that up like at first. All right, brother love. See you later. And I will definitely keep it up. Maybe see you next week. Maybe I'll be on time next week. Me for what you do. Just wants to throw his kids and dogs into a canoe. Oh, come on, you know what I'm saying. Hey, Canoe. Sorry, Dennis. Did you design your own logo, or did you? Do you have a friend? Did you have like a friend do that for you? If I got a canoe, I haven't really worked that part out yet. I know that once I finally redo the garage, I'll just put it up in the rafters, but I'm not sure what to do between now and then. I would probably want the 2-level seat because I'm not that into the kayak paddling. Oh, you own a print shop. So when I do get to that point and I want to get my decals made, maybe I'll just give you money. Actually, the shipping on those would probably be terrible, eh? I am a former graphic designer. I went to graphic design school in Cégep. You do not have Cégep in Ontario, but here that is college, which is the stage between university and high school. And I worked as a graphist. I worked as a graphic designer for a while. Then I worked as an interface designer in the tech industry, and then I got into writing. I worked in editorial for a good 10, 15 years. Then I worked in marketing, doing copywriting, and now I'm a tech writer. So I did my own logo, both versions. The sort of the busy one that shows up at the beginning of all my videos, and then the simplified one that I use everywhere else, and that ends up like in sort of the corner, where it says sub now. Oh, you're in Niagara, dude. I thought you were up near Algonquin. Zach ordered a Groman. Which one? The number one? Please say it's the number one. Actually, I like the number 4 as well. I think it's the number 4. Simo? It's Simo's. He's got one, and I love it. The size on it, the sweep of it. But for me, the number 1 is the one I would go for. Yeah, Dennis, I'm with you. I wish as well. I wish I lived up around Saguenay, up in the Boreal. Or maybe up around Algonquin. Because then I would have the same countryside, essentially, but without the heartland of separatism. But you know what? Who cares? The Saguenay, man, every time we go, I fall in love with the place. The people are fabulous. People are more than their politics. We keep forgetting that, especially these days, but people are more than their politics. Put in a tube and send it down the river. Here's an idea. I'll just be standing there and, looking around. Zach, man, tell us which one you got. Oh, number 3. Okay. Oh, nice, Dennis. Man, how do you get to How do you get hooked in with people like that? I am completely unnoticeable to anyone like that. I had this realization fairly recently, and it's something that I thought about tonight while my little girl was in her allergic shock. Is that if I was to die tomorrow, I don't feel that I'd be someone that my older daughter, because she's the one who knows who I am, would necessarily be proud of if she looked at what I did on the day to day. She would be, she would be, because she gets to do my videos and I'm showing her how to do things and stuff. But I'm not where I thought I was gonna be, you know. And I'm trying. I'm really trying. I mean, this YouTube thing I'm working hard at, because I'm not going to be a filmmaker at this point. I'm not. I went to film school, but I'm not going to be that. Partly because I was too chicken to take a bunch of unpaid jobs right out of school, and partly because I prefer YouTube. I like the immediacy of I make a video, I put it together myself, I throw it out there, and you guys get to see it. Whereas with film or TV, you make a video by which you play a small part in a large group that makes a video, and then you put it on a hard drive somewhere, and a bunch of guys in suits make deals and licensing and stuff. And then maybe 6 months later, maybe a year and a half later, you get to see it, you know? But I want to make something of this. I don't want to make, I'm not dreaming in Technicolor. I don't want to have, well, let's face it, I would, but I mean, I'm not aiming for 1 million subs and 250 grand a year or whatever, you know. But I would like to be able to say that part of my income comes from my YouTube channel. And God's willing, maybe one day it becomes my job, you know. I want to do something that my daughter can say, yeah, my dad did that, and that is cool. Man, I'm modeling today. Sorry, guys. It's been a really weird, freaky kind of evening, and it's really, you know. I have a tendency towards, you know, there's a black dog who likes to sit on my shoulders whenever I'm not aware enough to keep him away. Mm. Nice, Dennis. Nice. Serge, you and I understand each other too much. Anyways, I don't have the canoe yet. It's going to be a few years. And, you know, that's the way I bought my really expensive base that some of you guys have already seen like a few times, right? The Sadowski. I saved up for 6 years. You know, that thing was $5,000 Canadian. You know, just set my mind to it and just save up until I get there. But canoe, you didn't. So you didn't spend big on yours, eh? You didn't go for all the options. I was just thinking $5,000 because that would give me a certain amount of leeway after taxes. Because I don't know what the taxes are when I sit here in Quebec and buy something from Ontario, so I just have to assume that it's the 15% tax that we pay. Right? There's the 5% federal. If is it 5? And then we have like a 9.789 blah blah whatever. Simo knows exactly what it is, I'm sure, but I don't. You would use Canpar, okay, and you've had good experience with Canpar. We in this house hate UPS so hardcore that if we're buying something and the only shipping option is UPS, we don't buy the item. So I'm glad to hear that you don't use UPS. Really? Hold on. Oh, somebody else showed it. Sorry for us. Worst case, Canada Post will deliver in 2 days or 2 months. They're not getting a couple of Gromans from my friends when we go to the guys trip this summer. Yeah, man. You've got a lot more of a budget than I do. Oh, you got the cherry yoke. Yeah, that's the one I'd go for too, because I don't think that should almost be like a standard part. Like that should like add the what does it cost? Like $150? Just add that into the price and throw the cherry yoke in. I can understand the upcharge for the carbon one, but I wouldn't want that one anyway. So Zach, I want to go on this guys trip this summer. Then I'll take a number 1 with the rosewood handle, please. Hold on a second. Craig. If Craig's here, actually, if Craig's here, I'm definitely going to make sure I find that bell. I'll be right back, guys. Gotta have a bell. Found it. So yours was 3,800 tax in, eh, Dennis? Interesting. So maybe I'll just be aiming for $4,000 because I would probably take a year off my save up thing. Like nothing happens this year because right now the wife is on mat leave, so she's on like 50% of her income. And from August till January, I'll be on parental leave, which means I'll be on 50% of my income. So like I'm going to start saving up in 2020. Okay. I'll email you through your about section when I've yeah, I'd like to know what the options are. Well, yeah, okay. Skid plates, yoke. Yeah, Craig, you've been busy lately, judging by your change jar. Yeah, absolutely. Craig, you've been doing the shows and stuff. You didn't get to go to the Global Bushcraft Symposium though, hey? Yeah, Serge, I've been checking Kijiji because I'm not against buying used at all. Sure thing, Dennis. That'd be cool. Oh, we're almost at that almost at that time, guys. Yeah, as I said, you're at Blade. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't go to Alberta either, although I really wanted to. But you had some cool photos up. Zach, I didn't know they did stabilize rosewood. It definitely seemed like a successful event, but they're not planning to do it yearly though, right? This was a one-off, if I'm correct, or if I remember correctly. What? It's too bad because I'm going to be in Alberta in August. It would have been nice if I could have gone like, well, anyways, what else? I know, Sebs, we really have to go soon. Yeah. Especially because I want to do a video on buck sauce. Yeah, it didn't seem like they were talking about it becoming a yearly thing. It seemed like they were talking about it being like just a one-off, you know? Just too bad because I would like to have gone. Like, I don't know if I'd go for stabilized rosewood or just the natural. I mean, to me, rosewood is rosewood. I have, coming at it from a bass player's point of view, rosewood is a fretboard wood that you don't treat or coat with anything, right? Whereas with maple, you've always got like a shellac on it. So it hadn't even occurred to me to think about rosewood as being something that you would stabilize. Yeah, Craig, every 2 years would be cool. But yeah, the timing is a little rough, Zach, what are the other wood choices that they have on those Gromans? I'm gonna look them up. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I'm not buying anything this year. He says, after buying stuff. No, I don't want Tesla Groman automation. What? Sorry. Groman knives. Okay, let me see. Hunting knives. World famous knives for 60 plus years. Who cares? I'm looking for something specific here. Hunting knives, right? Outdoor knives. Just work with me here. Number 3, boat, army, or yachtsman. 60th anniversary knife. Ooh, that's too much. Wouldn't do that. The original design. Ooh, hey, they've gone up. See, it's funny. It's the same as with that Tamagami. The Hella Tamagami that I'm so into. When I started looking at that thing and thinking, man, I really want that. It was like 170 or 180 bucks Canadian. Now it's north of 200. And it's like I look at these things for so long that the price just keeps going up, and I lose my my chance. So the number 1, what we got? Blade grind, I don't care. Handle material, natural rosewood, wine extra rosewood, black linen micarta, water buffalo horn. That sounds glorious, but I'm not spending an extra 50 bucks. Yeah, just natural rosewood is what I would do. Natural blade grind, regular S, regular C. I don't know what that means. Just the regular blah, blah, blah. Sheath, open mouth sheath with tie tab. Overlap, army. Sheath with extra pouch with sharpening steels, 22 bucks. I'd probably do either the original open mouth sheath with tie tab or with the back tab, the attached back tab. Just like uber traditional. Because like you don't buy a Groman looking for something really. The Groman magic to me is the 1953 feel, Well, the army sheath is probably more secure because of that flap, right? Is that the one with the flap? Overlap, yeah. Select a model first. I picked number 1, Holmes. I love how the first quote they have on the website for the number 1 is strange looking but feels great in the hand. Oh, it's been in production since 1957, not 1953. Sorry, guys. I'm not on the ball. But yeah, someday. It's funny. I think I'd go for carbon because I've got a couple of stainless knives now. I'm not against stainless. In vast stretches of the Canadian year, I think stainless is the way to go. Okay, let's go until 10 past 11. Okay. But I'm a carbon guy. I like my carbon. But it's funny because I have this fear for like my carbon knives. The way I have the fear for my axe is that when I'm gone, they're not going to be cared for. It's going to be like, oh, that was Dad's thing, that was Grandpa's thing. They're just going to sit there and rot away over time or get sold off for like a pittance. Because that's the thing with people's gear is that really often when you move on, the people who grew up under you don't necessarily feel the same way about the stuff. It just becomes, oh yeah, that was Dad's stuff. Yeah, Simone would go for stainless, absolutely. Ref has awarded extra time for injury stoppage. You're talking my language. I've been watching the Women's World Cup because I love the beautiful game. So I know what you're talking about there. 1410 stainless or 1070 carbon steel. Yeah, maybe I could go stainless. I like me the carbon steel though. I really do. Oh, and for those of you who've been watching since I made that knife handle for Camille, I finally ordered a really basic leatherworking kit off of Amazon. It was like under $100, so I'm gonna get started on her sheath. Think I should do a video on that? Probably should. Except, oh man, I've never done leatherwork before, so it's gonna be funny. Yeah, I think Serge has the right idea. Because like in like spring when there's still snow everywhere and like the earth is absolutely sodden, I want stainless. I hate a summer unless I'm next to like if I'm in British Columbia where it gets really. If I'm near saltwater or anywhere that gets really wet like swampland or anything, I want stainless. Aside from that, I'm all about the carbon. Winter is probably better for stainless too, because like you're using a knife in the snow and then you bring it inside or next to the campfire and it warms up and the snow melts into water or whatever. But Tandy's moving out of Europe for the most part. Really? Why? Why would they do that? I mean, of all the places to move out of, Europe would not be the one, the place that I would move out of. We have a Tandy here in Montreal. When I discovered that, I was like, wow, okay, we're going now. Bought a piece of leather. I have to look up how to make a nice knife sheath. I'm thinking of either making her a neck knife sheath or doing like a little bandolier that she can just put it on and have it, because she doesn't really tend to wear a belt, So why is Simone, do you know why Tandy is closing its EU operations? Seems like such a ridiculous choice. Why did you do that? Like, unless, is there someone else in Europe sort of kicking their butt in the market or something? Everywhere but Spain. What's going on? Because you and Simon just said the exact same thing. Wow. Craig, look at that. Can I show this? No, too expensive. Okay. PNS knife with a Killinger sheath. Look at that. Did you get that at Blade? PKS. Oh, PKS. Yeah. Yeah. Did you get that at Blade? Excuse me. You did get it at Blade. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that flame maple handle. Now, Killinger and Leaf, they run an Axe. What is it, Axe Hounds on Facebook? I was wondering if there was any bad blood between them and Axe Junkies, but I guess not. If I listen to their podcast a lot. That's a nice knife. It's kind of it's got a little bit of the wood lore magic that I love so much, but the handle doesn't look like it looks like a very different handle. All brothers of the axe. Yeah. Where is Leodis leather? But yeah, Zach, to answer your question, just straight up natural rosewood would do me fine. Because on that knife, I don't have anything with a micarta with micarta scales. But a Canadian belt knife would not be the one I would get with micarta, because to me it's such it's an old fashioned design, so I want old fashioned materials on it. It's also why I wouldn't want like liners and fancy stuff on it, right? I want the old school looking sheath, the old school materials. Yeah, that handle doesn't look anything like a woodlore handle. Nice knife. Really? Nice size. That's a 4-inch blade, right? Which is my favorite blade size. Yeah, Grumman and Kydex would look dumb. Exactly. You understand exactly. Yeah. Good spine for a ferro rod too. You need that. You absolutely need that. To me, a knife I can't scrape a ferro rod off of, I'm like, maybe not. Yeah, to me, for growing, the sheath has to be leather. The scales need to be wood. I almost feel like if I've got the Canadian belt knife on my belt, I need to be wearing like a red plaid lumber jacket, maybe a flannel shirt underneath, good old jeans. To me, the best knife sheath for like in terms of synthetics would be Zytel, right? Because you can ice that up, and the knife's not going to get frozen into it the way it will with leather or Kydex. I did not have time to make tea today, so it's 23:10. Okay, honestly, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna crawl into bed next to my daughter and give her some snuggles. Then I'm gonna go to bed. Make sure that she doesn't. She's freaked out today, guys. Much like the rest of us. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope to be on time next week. Craig, I'm glad you came on. I'm glad Zach came on. I'm glad Simone came on. I'm glad everyone did. It was good to see you as well, Dennis. I think you and I are going to speak to each other a lot over the next little while. And Hiking Deep, if you're still here, it was really good to see you as well. Simone, it's always good to see you. And see you guys next week. Thanks a lot, guys. What? Really? Let's try that again.